the V1, what are the advantages of the Valentine 1?
The Valentine 1 is a very unique radar detector. It's the only radar detector that has two antennas, one facing to the front, the other facing to the rear of the vehicle. Now, STI also has two radar detectors, but they're both facing to the front. The unique advantage of the Valentine is that if there's a radar signal coming up from behind, going through traffic, searching for somebody in front of the squad car looking for a speeder, the Valentine will pick that radar signal up at 3 miles behind the vehicle. For example, a KA signal can easily be picked up at 3 miles behind the vehicle. All the other radar detectors, at best, would pick that same signal up at 1,500 feet, and the typical radar detector would not pick a rear radar signal up until it's between 300 and 600 feet behind the vehicle. At that point, it's already too late.
I noticed that the V1 has arrows on the display. What's this all about?
I like that. You're driving down the highway, and because it has front and rear antennas, if you get a radar alert with a regular radar detector, you know there's radar out there. The radar detector is facing to the front, so you presume that it's to the front. But it could be to the rear. It could be a photo trap on the side of the vehicle. The Valentine will actually tell you. It will point in the direction that the radar is located. So if he's 2 miles in front of you, the arrow is going to be facing to the front. If he's coming up behind you, perhaps a mile behind you, the radar arrow is to the rear. And if you're passing a photo trap, it will actually alert left and right, letting you know that there's a potential photo trap in the nearby area. No other radar detector can do that.
Where can the V1 be used? Only in the US and Canada, or can it be also used in Europe?
The V1 is one of the few radar detectors that has programmable capabilities for different parts of the world. For example, if you want standard radar, XK, KA, and laser, you can program that for the US, Australia, New Zealand, and Hong Kong. Those 4 countries, Canada also, and Mexico. Let's say those 6 countries all use the same radar. But what if you're in Taiwan? You need KU radar over there. The Valentine can be programmed for KU radar. What if you're in Belgium and France, where they use KU radar as well as narrowband KA? You can program the Valentine for KU and narrowband KA and disregard X-band and K-band. So it's the only radar detector that can actually be programmed for different parts of the world.
One of the products you have looks like a remote, but it has a Valentine in it. Can you discuss that?
That's the V1 remote. We found a lot of customers in Europe especially, they want a radar detector, but in many cases over there, they're not permitted to have a radar detector, so they want to hide it. They can hide it using little visor mounts, but they like the front of their vehicle to be completely open. They don't want any possibility that somebody is going to think that they have a radar detector, because they have very stiff fines in Europe. So what we did is we created a radar detector remote called the V1 remote, where you take the Valentine, put it into an aluminum enclosure with polycarbonate front and rear plates. We make it watertight. We put that down into the front grille of the vehicle, or perhaps behind a foam core bumper, and then we route the alert signals back into a remote display that would sit in the cockpit someplace. It may be on the dash, it could be up on the visor, it might be in the ashtray. But what the V1 remote does is that it completely remotes the radar portion of that package down hidden in front of the vehicle, or in some cases behind the vehicle, and it puts a small display and a small audio control inside the vehicle itself.